Avoin. I founded the CSO called the Open Ministry, which is about crowdsourcing legislation and putting well-prepared law proposals in front of the parliament in Finland. In Finland there was a constitutional amendment in 2012 where now 50,000 people, or 1.2% of the voting population, if they support a proposal, the parliament has to process it in the same fashion as it does the government bills. When this was coming into force, that's when we set up this open ministry in order to make this new institution as powerful as possible. So we've been involved in all the 5 initiatives so far that have reached the threshold and are going to Parliament. The most crowdsourced efforts up to date has been the copyright reform proposal in Finland. In that case, we facilitated online collection and debate and co-editing of a draft bill, and then we collected, with the help of volunteer lawyers, those ideas into about 20-page law proposal format. This initiative was suggested to us by a political street artist called Sampsa, who's been active in different locations around the world, raising awareness to injustice. He asked for our help to collect people together to consider the needs for reform in the copyright legislation. Mostly it was online, of course. I mean, that's what makes the Finnish Citizens Initiative tool so powerful, is that you don't need to collect the support on the streets on paper, but you can actually have people go sign it online. During the 6 months, it's not that long for getting the 50,000 supporters. We got the first 10,000 or so quite quickly during the first week of the campaign, but after that we basically flatlined. It was quite frustrating at some points to get the attention to the campaign, but we didn't give up. I mean, in the end, in the very last few days, we surpassed the 50,000 supporter threshold during the last 24 hours of the 6-month campaign, so it was pretty close. Now what happens next is that these ideas and suggestions are taken into consideration when the civil servants preparing the draft law actually start writing out the new suggested draft bill, and there will be myself included on the committee, kind of making sure that the suggestions coming from the people will be taken into consideration. The challenge is to get regular people who are not kind of motivated by personal interest to get involved, and the politicians need to, and the civil servants preparing the law need to understand that it's not like a representative sample of the population, obviously, because people chose to participate, and people with their own interests, of course, were vocal about their needs and requirements for the law. The ideas aren't always something that can be implemented, but they always need to be addressed, and it needs to be explained why certain things that rise from the participation are conflicting with other interests and have to be left out of the bill. Typically, I would say that the Citizens Initiative don't pass as such. The Parliament can obviously vote them down, or they can make a lot of changes into the proposals. Well, the main impact is obviously raising awareness to the issues, raising the public discussion, and getting the deliberation going in the public sphere. What's exciting with all these new tools and pilots that we have in place is that they're kind of the first baby steps in what we can transform democracy into. It doesn't have to be about just voting every 4 years or so. It can be about influencing daily on what kind of decisions are taking place and what we want our politicians to be deciding upon when they go to work the next day.